because my skin, I've been spraying. Come here. Hi friends, welcome back to another video. As you guys can see, I moved my little fountain from my living room to here. It was weird. It kept leaking out in the living room. I don't know why. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna put in the EXO just because, like, if it does drip or like leak, you know, it's inside of here and it's protected. But it's not leaking at all now, so I don't get it. But now that it's in here, I kind of like it a little bit more than out there. I just don't know if the little sounds are gonna bother you, or if we can just leave it in as ambiance. Anyway, today is a really exciting one for me because I get to talk all about crystallinum. Oh my god, this new leaf, I'm so sorry. I get to talk all about crystallinums. So this was supposed to just be one video, but last night I started prepping for this. I put all of my crystallinum together and I was like, I have so many, like there's no way I can do this in one video. So this is going to be broken up in two parts. This first part is going to be all of my red crystallinum and their hybrids. The next one are going to be the rest of my crystallinum. I have a lot. I think today I'm going to be showing you guys, I want to say 16 plants, 17. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I am in my crystal era. I think since the dawn of time, since I've been collecting anthurium, I've always gravitated toward the really silvery ones. I know that like the dark, and I was gonna say dark and stormy, like the dark and like long and sinister looking anthurium are all the rage right now, but nothing will do me in like a good crystallinum leaf. And I feel like because they've become so common, because they're such a common plant to hybridize with, these fungus gnats. I opened up a prop box yesterday, you guys, and I'm not even kidding, like 40 fungus gnats flew out. It was straight from a horror movie. I just see them flying everywhere. I feel like because crystallinums are so common, they're so popular, everybody is so everything always has like a crystallinum in it. It's become not as sought after. It's been, in my opinion, undervalued, underappreciated, and I am just here to spread the crystallinum love because to me, there is nothing more special in the anthurium world than a good crystallinum. So I do have quite a few red crystals to show you today, red crystal hybrids to show you today. I think we're gonna start with all the really teeny ones, all my seedlings, and just get those out of the way, and then we'll work our way up to the bigger ones. So to start, you guys have seen these somewhat recently in my unboxing, in my palmstreet haul video. I will link that in the description if you have not seen it yet. I got some amazing plants, both purchased and gifted from some really great palmstreet sellers. So the first two are going to be from a company called Planty Love Co. They are very sweet. I ordered the Brielle crossed with a red crystallinum. I don't know if I'm gonna have like the parent picks, but if I do, I'll try and squeeze them in next to me. But yeah, the Brielle really did me in. The Brielle red crystal really did me in. So I think these are just selfs from that plant. It's not showing too much red crystal right now, but it does have nice silvery venation. Why are you not focusing? Oh, there. Yeah, it has really nice silvery venation. The emergent leaf is slightly pink, slightly red in the venation, but I think you'll find that a lot of anthurium have like red emergent leaves anyway. So that one is very exciting. This is the one that was gifted to me from them. It's a Zara Michelle crossed with the Brielle red crystal. The emergent leaf on this one is actually very pink and very red and showing a good amount of silver already. It does not look like it's gonna have a super bumpy texture from what I can tell right now, but I'm actually really excited to see how this one matures. I think it's got really, really great potential. And then the other one that I have in here is one that I acquired recently. This one is from Woohoo Tropicals. This one is an Anthurium Ace of Spades crossed with a red crystal Wu 10. I don't know if I was ever able to find a picture of Wu 10. I feel like on their socials they only have 1 to 6, but I couldn't find anything after 6. But I grew this leaf, so it's getting some size now. I probably need to upsize the pot somewhat soon. There is a new leaf incoming, so I want to say that it's gonna look very, very, I'm gonna say it's gonna be very, very Ace of Spades heavy. I don't think I'm gonna see any like venation, like silvery venation like a red crystal, but I'm hoping that it at least has like a nice red emergent leaf. But I'm fully expecting this to look very ace, which I am okay with because I currently am aceless. Temporarily, Alice is rehabbing it for me, bless her heart, but I'm just so terrible at growing the Ace of Spades. It's still one of my favorites though, don't get me wrong. But yeah, okay, so those are some of the little ones. Another one that I have here, this one I got from Plant.baybe on Palmstreet. So this one is an NSC crossed with a Tazula red crystal. So it means NSC red crystal crossed with a Tazula red crystal. I was super excited for this one, and then it rotted. If you did not watch my video, I left my Plant.baybe plants in the packaging, like with the polyfill, the tape and everything, for like 3 weeks because my schedule was just so crazy. Luckily, Stratum has saved the day yet again. I have I'm not gonna say ragged, but I have called Stratum gimmicky in the past. Gimmicky is not the right word. Stratum works amazing. It works amazing with alocasia, corm specifically, rehabbing philodendron, rehabbing anthurium. Stratum has saved my ass so many times, more times than I can actually remember, but I am just upset at the price. I just think it's too expensive. There are substrates out there that do the same exact thing, maybe that don't work as fast, but I would say that it's nice to have even a tiny bag of Stratum on hand for things like this that you're just like, I don't know if I can save it. This had the tiniest little stem because it was grown from a seed. The seed actually fell off, and I was left with a stem that was probably like this, and then I got a nice juicy root on it. I'm actually gonna pop it out and show it to you because seeing that was like Christmas. Oh my gosh, why won't you focus? Look at that nice little juicy root. So I'm happy the stem is not rotting. We've got some nice new roots. There's even a new leaf coming in. But I think that this is destined to be a really pretty plant. I love both red crystals, and to have a hybrid of both is just magical. So there's that, and then we've got this little tiny guy. This is also from Plant.baybe. This is a Black Widow Michelle crossed with the Brielle red crystal. As you can tell, I have just been loving the Brielle red crystal. I would love a clone of this plant, of this one right here. I don't know who actually owns it. I don't know, but it seems like a lot of people have bred with this specific Brielle red crystal. Yeah, nice bronzy, coppery sort of leaf. I have no clue what this is gonna look like. It's got some pink venation in the emergent leaf, so we will just have to see. It would be so cool if it got more of the Black Widow venation because I love the Black Widow, but you never really know. This one is like quite interesting. This is another one from Plant.baybe. I actually messaged her last night saying that this one has the potential to be such a good plant. So this one is a Brielle red crystal crossed with an NSC Carla Blackier. So when this new leaf came out, I was pleasantly surprised because I could already tell that it was gonna have that sort of bleedy venation. What's the word that I'm thinking of? Like grunge venation, where it just like bleeds and it's not crisp, it's not clean. And then this new leaf, like look at the venation on this. That is insane. It is so bright and also very bleedy. And I am just so excited to see how this one turns out. I think this one's gonna have crazy bright venation, which would be kind of crazy because I wouldn't think with both of these parent plants that I would have one that looks like this. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how this turns out. I don't know why the leaf is all banged up. This is living in my exo. I've been spraying in there, so there's really no reason. Those were all the really small ones. I also have a red crystal. This is just kind of an honorable mention at this point. This is my red crystal Lux. I pretty much stumped it. Like, I just have this one rehab leaf left, but it's a pretty cute plant. I'm not gonna say that it's my favorite Lux hybrid. I think my favorite Lux hybrid that I own is the Fort Sherman Ralph-Linum Lux. That one has like a nice long leaf. I don't know if you could see it behind there. It's up there, probably not. But I just thought I'd mention it. This one is in my collection, but I do think I might be trading this one soon. I'm not 100% sure yet. And then I have a stump of, I wrote it down. Oh, red crystal Hoff. Oh, I sold it. That's what I meant. I have a red crystal Hoffmanii hybrid that I did with Lauren at North Shore, but I actually I sold all of them. I do not have any anymore, but I probably have a picture of the last leaf that I grew on it, and it was actually really cute. I don't know if I regret selling it yet or not, but I know who bought it, and I can contact her if I do have remorse. So anyway, yeah, I did have this one, literally just got rid of it. The next one is from, seriously, Dania is one of my favorite breeders. Here is her Insta. I've had people ask me how they can get a Dania plant, like if she sells, does she have a shop? The answer is no. She's not a seller. She does breed a lot. She gifts a lot of her plants to friends. She uses them in trades and stuff, but she's not like an active seller. And honestly, it's too bad because her hybrids are so good. I'm gonna show you, I think I have two to show you today from Dania. So this is one of them. This is a Tazula Red Crystal Self, and this is the one that she sent me the last time that I was back home. And look at that emergent leaf. Oh, it's so good. I feel like it's not picking up how red and pink it is in real life. I don't know if it's because my lights are so bright. I really want to convey to you how pink it is. This is like, not premium. I don't know if that's the right word. This is everything that I could hope for in a red crystal. It's got that perfect red crystal color, like that sort of, I don't know how to describe it, not dusty, but almost like, it's like a bluish green hardened off color. Has that nice sort of like thick silver venation with that, what's this word? Like, this is venation, but what's this? The veins? It's like bright pink. Oh, it's so beautiful. I am really excited for this one to size up. I need to repot it right away. She sent photos of the ones that she has in her prop box, and they're bigger than mine. I'm like, okay, I gotta show this plant who's boss. So I'm gonna pot that one pretty soon. Since we're talking about Dania, this is probably one of my favorite plants in my entire anthurium collection. So this one is a King of Spades crossed with a Tazula Red Crystal. And this one needed an upsize like a long time ago. Alice's is so much bigger than mine. But look how good it is. It's like the not epitome, I can't think of the right words today. It's like the essence. It captures the best parts of the King of Spades, but just throws in that bit of red crystal, like with the pink and the sort of like bleedy venation. It's a slightly thicker and more silvery than the King of Spades. Let me go grab my King of Spades and show you. I feel like my King of Spades is always in a state of rehab, but this new leaf doesn't look so bad. Growing a King of Spades in ambient is not for the weak. at least in this house. But look at that little splooch. It's pretty cute. But anyway, King of Spades red crystal. So it has the King of Spades shape. It's like nice and round. Doesn't quite have the color of the King of Spades. Well, maybe, yeah, it's not as dark as the King of Spades, but it definitely has like the pink from the King of Spades. But this is all red crystal Venetian. So look at the emergent leaf, like so red. It looks very, very similar to, well, I would say that King of Spades and the red crystal have like very similar emergent leaves, but again, I just think that it got like the best traits from both parents, and it is just so stinking cute. These little lobes, they don't quite overlap like my King of Spades is doing, but I feel like I'm gonna ask Dania for the mother plant pictures of both of these. Hopefully she has time to send it over. She's been a very, very busy gal lately. But yeah, I just knew from the beginning that this was gonna be one of my favorite plants. Like, look at the smaller leaves. I was just like deceased seeing these. It's just so, so precious. And it has a very thick leaf like the King of Spades too. It's much thicker than the red crystallinum. One thing I really love about the King of Spades is that it has such a thick leaf. Like if you look at this, whoa, like look at how thick that is compared to something like this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry, I'm not even supposed to show you these until the next video, but like this is so much thinner. And so anytime a plant is crossed with the King of Spades, I always like go to check the thickness. And I actually have my own hybrid with the King of Spades, and the leaf is nice and thick. And I was like, oh, thank you, plant gods. Thank you very much. Okay, anyway, so there's that hybrid. I think I might have one more Dania plant to show you. Maybe not in this video, or that actually might be it. I know I have more plants. Oh yeah, I have more plants from Dania, but they're not red, or they're not crystallinum. Okie dokie. The next one is from my sweet friend Amanda, aka Bunny. This one she gave to me as a mag crystal. Since I've had it, I've never really truly believed that this was just a regular mag cris. I've always felt like it was like some kind of red crystal hybrid. And look at the emergent leaves. They look just like a red crystal. Now it doesn't have like red Venetian at all in the hardened off leaves. It's actually quite silver. But I don't know, to me, this just does not strike me as a mag cris, and if it is, it's a really, really beautiful one. I would say this is probably one of my favorite crystallinum hybrids in my collection. This is a one that's like stayed relatively small since I've had it. I've probably had this for like 2 years, I'm not even kidding, and this is the biggest leaf I have on it. I don't know if like it's me just not growing well, or if this was like well, hers was actually quite big when she had it, so it really must be me, because I was thinking, you know, if she got it as seed from someone and maybe it was a weaker seed and it's kind of runty, but no, it's just me, because this used to be really, really big in her house. So anyway, I love this one. I love it specifically because it is so different than what I was talking about with like the, what did I say earlier? The roughness? No, not roughness. Grunge. It's not grunge. It's very like clean and crisp. That's all I can really say to describe it. Like the Venetian is not very bleedy. It's very, very tight. The contrast between the silver Venetian and the dark leaf, it's so like, it's almost like it's a drawing, like it's not real. And yeah, this one specifically gets a lot darker than a lot of my crystallinum. You can see like how different the color is. Like this is very like green, and a lot, I would say most crystallinum that you're gonna see are gonna have this like greenish color, whereas this is like it's like black almost. No, it's not black. It's like a darkish, greenish, bluish, blackish color. It's just really dark, okay? And it's so magical, and I just really love the venation on this one. It's just so clean. I just love it. And then again, like the red emergent leaves is a plus. I can't remember if the mag has a red emergent leaf. I can't remember. The petioles are round. They do not have mag petioles at all, because mag petioles have 4 sides. This one is round. But anyway, I just have a hard time believing that this is just a mag cris. I feel like it's a little bit more complex than that. But yeah, another one of my favorites. Okay, the next two are ones that I imported very recently. One is gonna shock you because it shocked me when I saw it. So we'll start with that one. I got 2 of these KOS red crystals, and they both look very different. So I picked these 2 specifically because I wanted a little bit of a, not a difference, but I didn't want, like, I tend to really like the super round, really silvery red crystals, but I was like, if all of them look like that, you know, there's gonna be no, not that it makes it less special, but it's just nice to have a variety in your collection. So I chose this one because it had more of an elongated leaf, and it has that really bleedy venation as well, like right up here towards the sinus. I grew this leaf after import and was pleasantly surprised at, again, the venation on this, just really, really thick, really sort of like messy, and is there a word for like bleeding venation? Anyway, guys, this new leaf, it's insane. I didn't find spider mites on it, but I did find flat mites, and yeah, jump scare. It's crazy. I have never ever seen this much damage on an anthurium leaf before. It's wild, kind of cool, but in a bad way. But anyway, let's try and ignore the spots if you can. But look at this emergent leaf. It's so good. It has like that brown bronzy texture. Again, really, really like bleeding venation. And the pink veins, it's just too much. It's just so good. So I'm actually really glad that I chose this one because it's turning into such a cute one. I was gonna sell this, not anymore. This one's staying with me, boys. I mean, eventually I'll take cuttings, like the stem is getting kind of long, but it desperately needs a repot. This leaf would probably be way bigger if, one, it didn't have, you know, if it wasn't infested with flat mites or broad mites, whatever it is, and 2, if I got it into a much bigger pot a long time ago. My issue is, yes, I want to do the big pants, big plants method where you upsize the pot, but where do they all go? Where do they all go? Why is my sister? What?
Can you check my Life 360 and my Find My Friends to make sure that you can...
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Sisters are so annoying. Sorry, before I was rudely interrupted. What was I saying? I need to repot this. Not selling it anymore. But yeah, very pleasantly surprised with my pick of the litter with this one. The next one that I have is also a King of Spades red crystal from the same seller. I picked this one because it was rounder. This was kind of what I was looking for in a herc. Call it a herc because you HU crossed RC. This is what I was looking for. I wanted nice like overlapping lobes first off. Really silver venation. I wanted to see some pink, and I wanted a dark round leaf, and I think I got that. This was the import leaf, so kind of checked all those boxes for me. But this one I'm hoping hits flowering size soon because I would love to hybridize with it. But I think step 1 would be repotting. Like, look, all of the roots are coming out of here. They are drying up. They're coming out of the bottom. It's in a bad way. I think that these are from the same seed batch. I'm not 100% sure, but I would say that they look different enough that I I have a argument to keep both. And honestly, if I'm gonna hoard any crystallinum, if I'm gonna hoard any anthurium, it's gonna be crystallinum. I'm gonna get rid, if I need to make space, if I need to get rid of anthurium, it's gonna be the dark ones first. Believe it or not. I don't mess with my crystals. Don't do it. This is my actual red crystallinum from Amanda, aka Bunny. I used to have more red crystallinums, but this is my only one left because I got two from Woohoo that I didn't end up really loving. They didn't have the traits that I was looking for in a red crystal, so I sold them to someone who did like them. So it was a win-win situation, but I have struggled with this plant for so long. It was like a stump for, I wanna say, a year and a half, maybe even 2 years, but I have struggled with this plant so much, this one specifically. I think Alice also has a clone from this plant and she struggled with it as well from a small plant. But as it kind of got a little bit bigger, it's been, I would say, slightly easier. I'm still not seeing like the size jump that I would love, but I think it's a great specimen. I think it has amazing genes. Alice's does this too, where it kind of like folds back. Like you can see like it's like puckered backward. And sometimes it like causes like stretch marks in a way, or like it causes like leaf tearing and ripping. And that's been one of the issues that I've had with this plant. But I've been really trying to be good at keeping up with CalMag on this, and I feel like it's kind of helped a bit. And the size that it is now is the biggest it's ever been. Again, I was working with a stump for a very long time. I was working with leaves that were like seedling size, and any time that I would get sort of like a decent looking leaf on it that was like bigger than like this, it would just melt off and die. So have not had like the best track record with this, but I'm not giving up on it. I'm not. I hope one day she reaches flowering size. I would love to make my first red crystal hybrid, or I would love to try and self this plant if possible. But yeah, it's got really nice texture to it. It's not as like rhino skinny as some red crystals are, and I will show you what I mean by rhino skin on a plant that I'm going to show you probably at the very end. But I specifically like the color of this red crystal. It's not like that bluish green color that a lot of red crystals are, but it's almost like this sea mossy green that I'm obsessed with. I love it. So hopefully we keep going, hopefully we keep going down this path, and by next year, flowering size, that's what I'm manifesting, but who knows? Okay, who do I want to show you next? I'll show you this one next. This one is one of my favorites as well. This is a Dorayaki red crystal. I just love the Dorayaki. I will show you my Dorayaki silver in the part 2 of this video. It looks very much like a Dorayaki, just not as round. It has more of like that fishtail, like pointed tip. But I wanted this plant for the emergent. It has the most incredible emergent leaf, and when the leaf is still sort of like fully hardening off, it has like this pink lemonade sort of veins on it, and I just love it so much. I feel like as it's matured, the venation is going more from this like, I would say light green color to an actual silver. And I'm really hoping I'm not wrong in my prediction that it's gonna become a lot more silver than this. The Dorayakis that I've seen, they have very like lime green, light green venation, and not like that bright white. Not like, I guess not like my Mad Chris where it's like white, it's like a dark green. Let me show you side to side. I think you'll be able to see a difference between the venation color. No, my camera's not picking it up. It looks really white on camera, but in person, this one it's like dark green, or not dark green, it's like light green. Yeah, I would hope that this one gets more silvery. I hope that it stays nice and round like this. I think this has the cutest leaf. It's like a lily pad look. It's like a bowl or a plate or something, and that's what I love about the Dorayaki. I just love that shape of it. And yeah, if it had like red crystal features, it's even better. is even better than the Dorayaki in my opinion. I still really want like a nice Dorayaki. My Dorayaki is not quite the Dorayaki I had in mind, but it scratches that itch. I'm looking for the ones that are like a circle. There are no tips, there's no fishtail. It's just like a circle. It's a circle. The lobes overlap so much that it looks like it's fused. Oh, I want one so bad. But anyway, yeah, this one is probably one of my favorites in my collection. Not even just red crystal hybrids, but just my favorite anthurium in my entire collection. So very happy to have this one, and I actually got this one from Lauren at North Shore Tropicals. I think this was a birthday gift from her, if I can remember correctly. So thank you, Laure. Whew, okay, second to last one is another one of my favorites. This one I was very excited about when I first acquired it. This is the Forgetii Red Crystal from Woohoo Tropicals. I think I got such a good one. I can't explain to you the texture on this. I'm hoping that it captures how bolete that is, but look at the texture. I don't have very many anthurium in my collection that have this texture right here. It's so pebbly, it's so bubbly, and the sheen on it like really brings out that texture. It is absolutely beautiful. Sometimes this plant hits the light just right and it just brings out all of that texture on here, and it's just, oh, it's incredible. It needs to be repotted. Look at all these rotten roots down here, but it's doing okay. Like, it still has a decent amount of new growth. It's loving this tree fern soil mix. But yeah, easily one of my favorite anthurium in my collection. I think maybe like mid next year I'll do like an anthurium favorites video, just because I want them to get a little bit bigger. I want some of these small guys to have a chance at showing me what they look like before I make my definitive list, because I have so many seedlings. I have so many of them, and like I have no clue what they're gonna look like yet. So yeah, maybe by like June or July of next year, I'll have sort of a better understanding of what my anthurium collection actually looks like. So there's that. And how long have I been recording? 40 minutes? Okay, I was trying to make this a 30-minute video and under, and I think I'm going to accomplish that. Okay, the last one that I'm gonna show you is my red crystal portier from Bunny, Amanda. This is the one I was telling you. I think of all my anthurium, besides this Forgetii red crystal, this is the one that I love the texture of the most. I know it's probably very unsuspecting, and I don't even know if it's picking up on camera, but it has that incredible rhino texture that you'll see in some anthurium. I can't see if it's like actually picking it up. I think I might have taken a picture of it here to show you what I mean in like natural light, but it's not pebbly or bumpy like what I was saying with the Forgetii red crystal. It's like skin, like rhino skin, and it's amazing. It is amazing. So it's kind of crazy because Alice has another seedling from this batch, and hers looks so different. Like, I didn't even know that, because I think she was selling the offset from it or something. She was selling a clone of it. And I was like, what is that? She was like, that's my red crystal port from Amanda. And I'm like, what? Ours looks so different. But I will say that I don't look at this plant and think, oh, that must be a red crystal portier. I wouldn't even like guess that it had port in it, but I will say that the red crystal really comes through on the emergent leaf. Like, look at how red this back is. It is stunning. I love it. This plant loves to pup. It loves to, yeah, push out those offsets. It grows rapidly. It's a very fast grower. Now, I haven't had like massive leaf size jumps, but I'm happy with it. For me, when I'm growing these aroids inside, I'm not looking to like have the biggest, beefiest, massivest leaves, because where are they gonna all go, right? Like, I still want there to be some sort of like order in the house. So just seeing new leaves, even if the size jump is just teeny tiny, I'm happy. But I will say that this plant, I think I love the most for the emergent leaf. It's like a really like burgundy-ish orange color, and it's very unlike any anthurium that I have in my collection in terms of the emergent leaf. So yeah, this one is really, really special to me. I have sold a lot of cuttings of this plant. I've sold a lot of offsets because she's a giver. She is a giver, and she's done so amazing in ambient, and I just could not have asked for better. That is all of the red crystals and red crystal hybrids in my collection. I feel like I thought I had more. I was so sure there was gonna be at least 20 in this video. But you know, I think I was thinking of plants like what was I thinking of? Like ones that have very like red emergent leaves or like red venation, like my mind automatically goes to red crystal when, you know, not all of them do have red crystal. But yeah, I think that's it. I think we've done it. So if you are on the hunt for a good red crystal hybrid, I hope some of these might have inspired you. Hopefully some of the shops that I got them from still have them. If not, it's time to go hunting. And that's one of the funnest parts about this hobby, is like finding that perfect plant. And yeah, I feel really lucky with my collection. I am so grateful for the friends who have generously traded with me or gifted them to me. I can't tell you enough how much having friends in this hobby has changed it for the better. I would honestly be really sad if I was in this hobby alone, and so I hope that if you are still looking for plant friends, that you find one soon, because it's so amazing to be able to share with other people. But yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I will link the people that I mentioned in this video in the description. Please go celebrate. Please go shop small this Christmas. Also, I launched my merch. It is also linked in the description if you're looking for some Christmas prezzies. Part 2 will be out in about 2 weeks, I think. And I have, I think, another 20 crystallinum hybrids to show you, so that should be good. Okay, thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.